Hey, welcome to the Trinity Stamps and Crafty Meraki Better Together Hop. Let's go ahead and get started. And hello again. So today we are going to be making a card using products from both Crafty Meraki and Trinity Stamps, because what's better than better together? So here I have the Slimline Paradise Merakulous Mini, and I'll be using that from Crafty Meraki. I'll be using the color Cascade pattern paper, and I've already selected the paper I want to use, marked it here with my little clear sticky note. I'm going to use this beautiful color Cascade right here. We'll go ahead and tear that out. And then there's going to be a bonus card, so I'm also going to be using the Crafty Meraki for the Love of Flowers paper and the Trinity Stamps Tiny Teacup Die Set. And then we'll be using the Trinity Stamps Simply Sentimental Hugs, Coordinating Die, and the stamp set. So we'll use the hugs for both because that's going to have our bonus card. And I'll be using the Sending Healing Hugs. And then I've got just some pink and some black paper, and this is the blackest black that I know of out there in the world. So we'll start with the first card. And just so you know, this is a hop, and we have some really famous hoppers here, so I hope you'll follow along the hop. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just trim my paper down a little bit because this paper is kind of expensive, so I'm just going to not waste any. And I'll be using this piece that I cut, and it's probably about 4 inches by 8.5. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the die, and I'm going to die cut that, but I'm also going to die cut out of the same black the hug word. I'm going to use the sort of fancy one here because it really goes very nicely with this die. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to make it look like it's all one die, and you'll see in a minute how I do that. So meanwhile, there is a giveaway, and both Crafty Meraki and Trinity Stamps are giving away a $50 gift certificate to their stores. All you have to do is fill out the form below to enter to win, and that is a Rafflecopter form. Super excited about this. I'm so happy when, small companies are supporting each other. And I'm not really terribly worried about the outside, so I've cut those out off camera. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking the shadow layer of the hugs, and I notice in my little tray down beside, I've got the inner part. I've taken the shadow layer, and what I'm going to do is cut that completely out of these butterflies, and then I'm going to lay the shadow layer inside so it fits. And I'm just going to use a little bit of mint tape to kind of secure that down. And then I'm going to glue that all down to this beautifully colored paper. Let's just make sure I don't have any little hairs on there. So I'm just going to add my glue carefully all along the edges here. And so now it kind of looks like it's just all one die. You can see where it's kind of coming apart right there, but we'll stick that together once we get it stuck down to the paper. So just want to add glue all along. Crafty Meraki has some really amazing papers and dies and coordinating dies to go with papers that are already colored, papers that you can color, all kinds of good stuff. And then, of course, Trinity Stamps, famous for the die cuts. But, of course, both companies together just is a win-win. So I'm going to glue that down. I'm going to pull my tape off, and then I'm just going to adjust all my pieces so it looks like it's all one piece. And that's just how easy this is. And then I'll go ahead and put that little middle thing there, and there's our hugs word off to the side. And then I'm going to trim this off, and I'm just going to leave about 1/8 of an inch on each side. and just try my best to get that as straight as possible. And let's move that paper aside, and this is how easy this card is. And then I'm going to put that again on some more of this black paper. In hindsight, I probably could have cut more stuff out of the black paper, but sometimes I'm just lazy. I'll just be perfectly honest with you. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it as the card base. And typically you would, of course, put, you know, a liner inside of there, or you could fill out the card with you know, a white pen or a silver gel pen or a gold gel pen. But I'm just going to keep that just glued straight down. Oh gosh, I hate I love double-sided paper. I hate double-sided paper because I feel sad when I have to hide that other beautiful side. Now what we could have done is cut out, you know, a rectangle and left it so it shows on the inside, but maybe for another time. So now we're just going to put some little gems on here, and these are from Trinity stamps. And I will have everything linked down below in the description box. And these are just little kind of yellow hearts that I think are gorgeous, little pearly hearts. I'm just going to lay them down kind of sort of randomly, but not, so they're more towards the center of the card. All right, now for our bonus card. And here I'm going to go ahead and cut my matte layer, and I'm going to do a couple of matte layers. So I'm going to cut this down. And that, I believe I have cut to 3 3/4 by 5. And I've got my little teacups here, and I'm going to cut out teacups from this pattern paper. And then I'll cut out the little extra parts out of some gold paper and white paper. So I'm just selecting my papers here, and I absolutely adore these flowers right here. I could have a whole room made of those flowers. And then let's do a more solid one. So I've got two more solid one, and I'm going to kind of go with the gradiated portion of this yellow piece of paper. We'll go ahead and cut those all out off camera. Let's get our little extra pieces. We're going to do our trim pieces in pink. Or gold. Maybe gold. Yep, we're going to do our trim pieces in gold. All right, there's all the trim pieces. And I've placed them on the cups. The cups are ready to go. Now the hugs, what I've done here is I've used the vellum from Trinity Stamps in kind of a green color. And then I've used the healing hugs, sending healing. Now I'm going to go ahead and complete this. I put a back layer. I put some foam. And I'm going to go ahead and I did make a matte layer out of black cardstock, but not the super expensive stuff, just regular. And I have some fun foam on the back of that, and I am going to pop that up on this floral piece so that we have all three of the floral, the pink, the blue, and the yellow. And what I've done is I've cut several layers of the hugs, and I've glued it underneath the vellum so I can pop my hugs up without any glue problems. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay in my teacups. And they're going to be kind of stacked and tippy. So it looks like I've made green tea because we're sending healing hugs, and apparently green tea is healing. I don't do green tea, but if you do, have at it. But I do other herbals, so that's okay. Peppermint, but it's usually not green. So you see, I'm kind of putting them back and forth so that they are in a stacked sort of way. And this one I'm going to pop up a little bit. And this is some very, very low profile foam tape, so nothing's popped up too high. Because already I've got my background popped up. So I'm going to add some glue here so that when I lay this down I can move it around a little bit before it's stuck. Alright, perfect. Then we've got our sending healing. And then we'll go ahead and add our embellishments. And here I'm just adding some clear embellishments. Again, I'll have them listed down below. And that's going to finish our 2 cards. So our main card and our bonus card. I hope you like this video. If you do, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow along the hop. The hop playlist is listed down below. You take care of yourself. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.